Welcome, thank you for joining me. I'm Katie. Welcome to my channel if you are new. If you haven't subscribed yet, then please, all you need is an email address. Click the subscribe button, it should be in one of the corners right now. Just sign in and subscribe to my channel, as I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers before Christmas. So I'd be really grateful if you could do that, as I'm giving you this free yoga practice. If you enjoy this practice, then please give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below on how you found things, maybe your challenges or things you'd like to work a little more on. So today's class we are going to be doing Chaturanga preparation. So a lot of preparation in the shoulders, building some strength in the upper part of the body to enable us to be able to practice our sun salutations and that slightly challenging part, which is the Chaturanga, with ease and grace. So I will just show you once through what Chaturanga is. I'm sure if you clicked on this video then you know what it is, but in case you haven't, I'll just show you the specific part in the sun salutation of Chaturanga. So we have two variations. If you're just starting out, I would recommend definitely performing Chaturanga with the knees down. If you're not, you can take the knees up into your plank position. So I'll just show you both variations. First is with the knees down. We're shifting the weight forward over the hands and slowly lowering the chest down towards the mat with control. The elbows are tucked, not splaying out towards the sides. We relax the knees, and then we would lift up into either baby cobra or full cobra or upward facing dog. I'll show you the full variation quickly as well, just so you know what we're working towards today. So you'd be in plank position, hips drop to the floor, shoulders, hands underneath the shoulders, heels pushing towards the back of the mat. Nice strong plank pose. We shift the weight forward over the hands, slowly lowering the chest down towards the mat. Chest, chin, and then the pelvis releases, untucking the toes. We push up, lift up into upward facing dog, and then tuck the toes, lifting up and back into downward facing dog. So the tricky part is that little bit when we're lowering our chest down. A lot of people haven't got the upper body strength. Perhaps you're here with the arms going out to the sides. Perhaps you're trying to come down here. Our main focus is shifting the weight over and tucking the elbows in. So anyway, if you're ready, grab your mat, grab a water, grab whatever you need. Remember to take a break as and when you need to. And let's get straight into this practice. So to begin, we'll just start with a few warm-up exercises, warm up the body, warm up the shoulders, just really getting into our yoga space and then going on to those Chaturanga movements. So this video should be around 20 to 30 minutes long, so make sure you've got plenty of time for that today. And let's get straight into it. So to begin, we'll come into child's pose. Option for the knees to be wide, whatever feels best for you. Remember, this is your yoga practice. Stretching the arms out overhead, this automatically is waking up the shoulders. Head comes down towards the mat. And we're going to take some nice deep belly breaths into the belly. Letting the chest release towards the mat. Deep inhale through the nose. And you can take some nice deep exhales out through the mouth, opening the mouth if you need to here. Take it in a moment just to arrive in your mat, arrive in your space. With each breath in, we'll find length in the body. And with each exhale out, releasing towards the mat more and more. Just continuing a few more breaths, nice deep long inhales in and long exhales out. Taking a moment now to observe the body, observe any feeling within the body in this pose. One more final breath. We'll walk our hands back in and push ourselves into all fours. So a lot of our work is going to be done from all fours today, so we want to make sure our alignment is nice and strong. So for all fours position, we want the shoulders stacked on top of the wrists. The fingertips and the hands spread nice and wide on your mat. Really spread them as wide as you can. Bringing the hips over the knees, and we want the knee then following all the way down to the foot to be in that nice straight line behind. We don't want it to be in or out. We want it to be in line with that knee, so going back. If we looked in between the knees now, we wouldn't be able to see our feet. Not forgetting then about the core, so drawing the navel back towards the spine. Really push into those hands, and we have a slight round in the upper back just to engage the core and the stomach muscles here. The back of the neck is long, so you're not looking out. I know sometimes you might be looking at me and that's okay. But just as and when you can, the back of the neck is long. So nice deep breath in here. Feel that rise into the chest. And a nice long exhale out. Drawing the navel back towards the spine. Really engaged in this pose. We're going to work dynamically through all fours and child's pose. So a nice deep inhale here for 4, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, push back. 2, 3, 4. Inhale to rise. 2, 3, 4. Exhale, push back for 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, rise, stays at 4, 2, 3, 4. Draw the navel back to the spine. Exhale, push back for 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, rise up. 2, 3, 4. Exhale, push back for 7. Count internally, your own inner count. Inhale to lift back up, stays at 4. Draw the navel back to the spine, push into the hands, engagement of the core. Exhale, pushing out for 8. And staying down in our child's pose, we're going to extend the hands forward and we're going to walk them out to the left. So just walking both hands out to the left, the head stays in between the two hands and the head stays down towards the floor, down towards the mat. So you walk the hands over to the left enough that you feel a nice stretch in that right side body, so really opening out through that right side body. Nice deep inhales, feeling that stretch to the right side. Exhales, feeling the navel draw back towards the spine. Walk the hands back through center in child's pose and all the way out this time to the right. This time you should feel a lovely long stretch in the left side body, so all the way down from the hand, down the left side body, sorry. Really open out. Focusing your inhales and exhales into that part of the body. We'll walk the hands back to centre and push back up into our all fours, making sure our alignment again is nice and strong. Hands underneath the shoulders. Knees underneath the hips, tops of the feet pushing into the mat. We'll inhale here for 4, 2, 3, 4. Tuck the toes, push the hips up and back into downward facing dog. This is your first downward dog of the practice, and not going to stay here. We're going to drop the knees again, drawing that core back, stomach in all the way back through to the spine. Exhale, push up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale to drop the knees. Nice and slow with control. Exhale, push up and back, downward facing dog. Working dynamically through all fours and downward facing dog. Bringing the knees back down to the mat, moving with your breath. Inhaling here. Exhaling to push back and away, downward facing dog. Push the chest really down towards the thighs. One more time, inhale and exhale. Here we're going to just pedal through the feet, so just warming up those hamstrings. Just literally picking one foot off the mat up and pushing it back down, really pushing through then that foot that's grounded onto the floor, pushing the heel towards the floor. You should feel a lovely nice stretch in the hamstrings. If you don't, push more into your hands, push your chest towards your thighs more, keeping the back of neck long, and then just finding some stillness in your downward facing dog. So hands spread nice and wide, arms are externally rotating, hips are up nice and high, and chest is pushing towards the thighs, heels drawing towards the mat. Nice deep breaths here. Find a point to gaze, the eyes nice and steady. One more breath. Exhale fully. Inhale, we'll drop the knees. And push back to child's pose, just for a moment. If you need to relax the arms by the sides, waking up the shoulders at any point, just by all means take this variation of child's pose. Can be really a lot of effort on the shoulders and strength on the shoulders, and if we're not used to that, it can be quite intense, quite triggering. And inhale back up to rise, all fours again. This time, so we're going to take a variation here. We'll inhale, we'll sweep the right hand up, so opening up through the chest. Really opening the chest up to the side of the room. And as we exhale, we're going to thread that hand through the gap between the hand and the knee, drawing the shoulder down towards the floor. We inhale to rise it back up, and exhale to thread it through, drawing the shoulder down. Inhale, push through that hand that's grounded on the floor to lift yourself up, drawing the navel back, twisting and rotating from the navel centre. Exhaling, threading that hand through, bring the shoulder towards the floor. One more time. Inhale, rise it up. And exhale to thread it through, bring the shoulder down to the floor. If this is enough for you, stay here. If you want to take it a bit further, the left hand will slide forward and stretch out in front of you. Nice deep breaths here. Keep the eyes steady, the body still. Our eyes are a reflection of our mind. If the eyes are busy, it's a reflection that our mind is busy. So our aim is to just almost trick the mind with the breath and the eyes, keeping everything nice and steady and still. One more breath. We'll walk that hand back in if you've taken it out. Use it to push yourself back up, all the way back to all fours. Opposite side, ground, realign yourself, getting hands stacked underneath the shoulders. Sweep your opposite hand up now to your left hand. Inhale. Exhale, thread it through, draw the shoulder down. Inhale, rise it up, open out the chest to the side of the room. Exhale to thread it through. And again, inhale. Exhale. 2 more times. Bring the shoulder down to the floor, and if you want, stay here. If you want to take it a bit further, taking that top arm out overhead. So here, waking up obviously the shoulders, a bit of the back, stretching the arms, Nice deep breaths. Keeping the body as still as possible, eyes as still as possible. Last round of breath. Nice long inhale. Nice long exhale. Walk that hand back in if you took it out. Use it to push yourself back up. Realigning yourself into a lovely all fours position. From here, drop the belly, lift the chin. We're going to take a few rounds of cat-cow. Round through the spine. Drawing the navel back, pelvis forward. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin. And exhale to round through the spine. Push the mat away from you. Take that tailbone under. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin. Exhale to round through. Taking a few more rounds of breath. Using your breath to move, inhaling, dropping the belly, lifting the chin. When you're ready for your exhale, round through the spine. Draw the navel back. Continuing to move with the breath. Last one. We'll come back to neutral to finish. All pause. Okay, now the hard work starts. So, to begin, hands ground. We're going to be in our lovely setup for all fours. The only difference is we're going to take our knees back a few inches, making sure your arms are sort of feel at a place that's maybe just slightly in front of the shoulders, but if we can, keep them under the shoulders. And all we're going to practice doing is lowering halfway down. Just take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, we're going to lower halfway down and push back up. So almost like a press up. Inhale here and exhale. Push back up. Don't worry too much about the breath. Just remember to breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Take it a few more by yourself. You've got this. Last one. And push up and push back into child's pose. Relax the arms by the sides. Catch your breath. Coming out of child's pose, back into all fours. So, this one looks pretty easy, but it's going to create some prana, some energy within the body. So make sure your alignment again is nice and strong. Shoulders stacked over wrists, fingertips spread nice and wide. Can't see the backs of my feet if I look between my legs. Can't see any of my feet. We're going to inhale, exhale fully, and we're going to just push into the tops of the feet. So we're using the tops of your feet to lift the knees and lift the shins. We're going to hold here, almost like a plank pose. You should have that plank feeling in the belly. Nice deep breaths. Try not to hold the breath. And we'll lower down. We're going to lift up 2 more times, holding for about 5 seconds. We'll work our way up to a little bit higher. Nice long inhale. Nice long exhale. And push into the feet and lift. Two more breaths. And release. If you need to take a rest, if the wrists are a little bit sore, by all means, tuck the toes, push yourself back up. Give the wrists a little roll out. Give them a bit of movement, whatever they need this morning. If you need to flex them back over the hands, just really waking the wrists up. Whatever feels good for your body, as always. And coming back into it, untucking the toes again. Are you ready? Fingertips pushing into the ground, Top of the feet pushing into the ground. We'll engage the core and we'll push tops of the feet to lift. Just hovering. We don't want to be up here. We just want to be hovering the knees off the floor. We're going to hold this time until we get a nice shake going. Remembering to try as much as you can to breathe. And that shaking is prana, energy, moving through the body. Hold it a little bit longer. Test yourself. When you have to, release. Tapping the toes. We'll push back. Relaxing the hands again. Giving the wrists a bit of a breather. Definitely strong on the wrists. So if you want to practice that a few more times, that's a really good one. Obviously it's going to strengthen a lot in the core, the shoulders, the arms. It's giving you that strength on your wrists as well. If that's enough for you there, we'll leave that there and we'll take it into our third and final Chaturanga preparation pose. And this one is one that I would advise again if you're starting to practice on the knees. I'll do a few variations of either, so if you wanted to challenge yourself and try a little bit harder, then by all means, but making sure alignment is right is more important than lifting the knees. You can probably do the pose with the elbows out and it feel messy, but that's not really the aim of this. The aim is, it's not competition, it's to look after your body. So wait until you're ready to lift the knees, and that's fine. So we'll set ourselves up into our all fours position. Now, if you want to keep the knees down, you stay here and take the knees back a little bit like we did earlier. I'll do the first variation like that. So it doesn't really matter what the feet do here. They can lift, they can not. See where they go. We're going to practice lowering our chest, then our chin, and then releasing the belly and the pelvis onto the floor, onto the mat. Our aim here is we want the elbows, I'm just going to face you so you can see. We don't want the elbows going out to the sides, and we don't want them coming back out here. We want the elbows to be tucked into the body as much as possible, so they're literally against my sides as I'm going down. Nice strong core, nice deep inhale, slowly lowering, elbows tucked, okay? So when you're ready, get into your position, all fours, take the knees back. Just let the hips just drop a little here, just so you're in that position ready, and if it feels like your hands are not in the right place, by all means just adjust slightly. Take a nice long inhale, nice long exhale, and we're going to slowly, with control, lower, elbows tucked, shoulder blades back, lower that chest. So the chest is touching the mat first, then the chin, and then I'm releasing the pelvis. We'll inhale, lift up, baby cobra. Exhale, push it up and back into downward facing dog. And we're going to take another round, straight away. Bring it into plank pose. Option, dropping the knees, remember to listen to your body. If you're not dropping the knees, make sure your weight shifts over the hands. So we don't want to be trying to come down here because the elbows will split up to the side. Shift the weight over, tuck the elbows, chest, chin, release the pelvis, untuck the toes, lift the chest, baby cobra. Exhale, push up and back, downward facing dog. You need to walk the feet in a little bit, by all means. One more round. Nice deep breath in. Nice long breath out. Shift the weight forward. Option to drop the knees. We're going to take it into upward facing dog this time if you fancy a challenge, but otherwise stay in baby cobra. Chaturanga. Shift the weight. Lower. Chest, chin, pelvis. Pushing up. Upward facing dog. Hips are dropped towards the floor. Exhaling, tucking the toes, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Well done. Nice deep breath. By all means take child's pose here if you need to. Remembering child's pose is always an option throughout the whole practice. Never to push yourself too much that you cause pain, but obviously we want to push ourselves enough that we're going to make an improvement. I'm going to take one more. If you want to take it with me, by all means. If you don't, just rest in child's pose. So we're going to push into plank position. Have a little try if you fancy it up, otherwise keep it on the knees. Shift the weight. Lower, chest, chin, pelvis, untucking the toes, pushing yourself up. Round it through, downward facing dog. Up onto the toes, look in between the two hands. You can step or jump or hop. So you can step with the feet like this, or you can take a little hop. We're going to take a nice forward fold. Releasing the belly down to the thighs. Taking ragdoll. Whew. Take the other clasp around the other arm in front. Releasing here the lumbar spine. Option for the hands to come to the hips, or if you're feeling nice and strong today, bring the arms up overhead, thumbs lead the way, nice flat back. Inhale, rise up nice and slow, draw that navel back to the spine, and release. On an exhale, hands can come down, mountain pose, or hands at heart center. Taking a breath. Let's try it in a sun salutation. So, if you're ready, come to the top of the mat. Sun salutation A, Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, we hinge at the hips, fold forward, hands come down towards the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Hands ground, step back, plank position. Here's your option for knees to come down. Chaturanga. Slowly lowering the chest, chin, untucking the hips. Push up, your option. Cobra, full cobra, upward facing dog. Exhale and tucking the toes, pushing the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Nice long inhale, nice long exhale. Keep breathing. Taking the gaze in between the hands, coming up onto the toes. You can step, hop, jump, walk, fly. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. And we'll inhale, rise up, nice flat back. Exhale, finishing hands at heart center, prayer position. Really, really good class, guys, today. Now, I wouldn't normally end the class on a sun salutation, so if you are feeling nice and energized and ready to go for the day, great. Namaste. Thank you for practicing with me. If you want to just take it a little bit, calm it back down again, I would just take Affirmations and a nice easy seated twist. So I'll just show you them nice and quickly. So you bring right leg in front, right hand comes behind, left hand draws up, exhale, we twist. Focusing your attention on the inhale, lengthen through the spine, exhale, deepens the twist, you retain the head. So taking a nice few moments there, and then finishing in Paschimottanasana with the legs out. Inhale, rising up, exhale, folding forward. Thinking about bringing the belly down to the thighs rather than the chest. So when I bring my belly, I fall like this. If I bring my chest, I come down like this. So inhale, nice length in the body, exhale to fold. I stay there for a few minutes. So remember to take Shavasana to finish, and then obviously go on to any meditation or breath pranayama that you would like to do today. So I'll leave it there, but by all means, now you know the exercises, practice them as much as you need to build strength in that part of the body. We don't want to do ourselves any injury, by practicing these poses and not having built that strength. It's almost like building the foundations for a house. You need to build the foundations for a house before you can build a house on it. We can't practice these more challenging moves if we haven't built our yoga foundation practice yet. So practice for as long as you need to. There's no time limit. There's no, one watching you. Just always remember to have fun. Take your yoga lightly and just enjoy it. So thank you all for practicing with me today. The light within me honors and salutes the light within you. Namaste. And we say together, Namaste. Thanking yourself for your yoga practice and thanking the tradition. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to subscribe, give it a thumbs up, let me know what you found challenging down below in the comment section, and remember to share it with any friends that you think it may help.